Jazz Bombs. My name is Felipe. We're here back for one more episode solo for this part. Today I have just received the so announced 45 RPM version of the UHQR Miles Davis Kind of Blue, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Many aspects, but first please like and subscribe to our video. If you like what you're doing, please follow us, leave your comments. It'll be also very important to us. About 2 weeks ago, Analog Productions unleashed the pre-orders for UHQR 45 RPM, which had been cooking, had been on the line for since last year when the 33 version came out. A lot of people prefer to wait for 45, a lot of people bought it for 33, a lot of people got both, a lot of people got none. So opinions vary. I have my 33, I really like it, I love it, I think it was a fantastic job that it did. So let's take a look at the 45 and have some impressions. Just for effect of comparison, this is the 33 box and that is the 45. I checked that the photo work, everything looks exactly the same, very well done, boxes look the same, then dimensions, just the inner part gets a little different. So that's the 33. As you already know, right? And that beautiful heavy flat profile clear vinyl, beautiful, plays amazing. This is this one here, that's my copy. So that's how the 33 looks like. So let's take a look at the 45. It's a 33 box. Let's take a look at the 45. There are some minor differences that we're going to explore. So first off, I think kudos to Analog Productions. Very important what they did. You open the box, pull out your sleeve. Here's mine. I got a really cool number, I liked it. So the inside looks exact same thing as one would expect. A really nicely restored photograph. I think Chad mentioned in his video about the release, and indeed, it looks much better than the original. They did a great job with photography here and the release throughout the whole thing. You also get the spec sheets talking about the flat profile, the mastering, the pressing, how everything was done. And finally, the two records came off the sleeve to avoid seam split damage. Beautiful package with an outer sleeve, which you pull. Here have the inner. The beautiful heavy record, flat profile. The Columbia 6i reproduction right there. It's beautiful. So this record comes now late August, early September. Almost at the same time that the Tone Poet John Coltrane Blue Train is going to come, and I think it's quite relevant that it's still in 2022. These two records are coming along almost at the same time, and you know, being so people look so looking forward to them. They're still relevant, they're still important, and that's why they're called definitional masterpieces, in my opinion. And although it might seem too much, today we're going to experiment, shoot out the differences, if any, between this 33, between a 45, and between this guy here, which is an original first pressing, also Columbia 6i, Deep Groove. These records are not so rare or expensive to find. However, this one I would say is rare because it's absolutely clean, mint and pristine. It plays almost with no noise. So it's a good base for comparison, and I'm gonna use same settings for everything and see what we're gonna get. So I think everyone has their key moments, key passages in music which they judge to be their most relevant or musically important, or whatever they think sounds the best, to kind of go over and test. I have a few spots in the record. Of course, I'm going to play them all. I'm going to take a break and come back later. But there are a few spots that I like to listen to on this record and judge. So this is the very first. That's the original, first pressing. We're gonna put here. These records are gonna be tested in two different, same setup. The Techniques SL200 MK2 Mark II, which everybody knows. Running with an Orthophone Black moving magnet cartridge. Same setup, and I'm going to use two different amps. I have an NAD C388 Class D 150 watts and an old school Marantz 1969 Model 22, which I absolutely love. And let's compare. So now back from the impressions of the original, let's play the 33, which is let's call it the original UHQR, very first one. And now let's go to the 45. There you go. One track per side. Let's not forget to switch speeds. And there you go, let's check it out. Hello, hi everyone, welcome back. Let's finalize what we started today. Very exciting day for the jazz bounce, for the jazz community, jazz listeners, music lovers in general. The 45 RPM of the Miles Davis UHQR finally was released. It's available, people are receiving their boxes. And let's see their reactions, drop it on the comments. So first off, going in terms of packaging, again, impeccable. As I mentioned earlier, the records came off the sleeve, came separated, flat, polyline, rice, archival sleeves, fantastic, fantastic, amazing. They made a few changes. I mean, cover-wise, covers still look the same. This is the 33, looks identical, exactly like the 45. The booklets, they came different. The photo work came different for the two booklets. That is the new one on the 45, has different pictures. That's great that they produced a lot from the session. Lots of pictures. I am sorry, that was the 33, that's the 45, that's the new one that came out. Very, very nice, very well done. The text is the exact same, no changes whatsoever. One thing I noticed is that the font is bigger on the 45, so it kind of spreads different across the pages. There's not a QR code on the 45 as there was on the 33, so you can see Bernie Grunman's notes on mastering. And one thing I thought was pretty cool as well, the dead wax. The dead wax where Bernie signs. On the 33 is his usual BG. On the 45 actually is a signature, the whole signature, Bernie Grunman, not only BG, which I thought was pretty cool. It looks very interesting. It's quite different. Not sure if you ever signed like that before, but I thought that was really nice. So my idea, my impressions after listening to the records. First of all my original, my 33, my 45, they are impeccable, very good condition. Starting with the OG, it has a great sound. It's a little darker, I'd say, compared to what you get in the UHQRs. Everything is there, but you don't have a much extension, that much definition, clarity in everything, as it was probably result of all the technology that we have now, the quality of the pressing. I mean, this was a mass market release, and here it compared to audiophile releases. And you know, no matter what you say, you have an original only, you have an early 70s pressing, 2i, red label, whatever. You have classic records, which I did not have to compare. You have a MoFi, which I did not have to compare. I wanted to go straight into UHQR. If you're happy with what you have, that's great. If you want to, you know, try something different, pursue something else, I think that's a great start here. I think one point that Chad put in the last live stream about his passion for the music, about his passion to put it out. I mean, you have a label, have the capacity to release a record, to master a record, and hear things you never heard before. I think it's very cool. And for us that love the music, love the pressings, admire the art in this album, I think it's fantastic. It's a great point. So between the 33 and the 45, in my humble opinion, listening to everything with the exact same settings in the system, I found, first off, the 45 sounds a lot more silent. Maybe it's just something with my pressing. I play both records today after running ultrasonic machine. Okay, so everything was impeccable. However, the 45 I found more silent. The songs, they spread across the sides. On side 1, So What? Side 2, Freddy Freeloader, Blue and Green, All Blues on side 3, and Flamenco Sketches on side 4. I mean, all songs are amazing here, impeccable, classics. You're talking about a timeless record. You might say, I don't like this Miles, this is not representative, this is not Miles. Miles was always, in my opinion, evolving, changing, doing different things, experimenting. So, but this record to this day stands out as, I think, if you can achieve not only reach out to the jazz listener, but to the regular listener and get jazz from the top of the shelf and say it's a human thing. It's not like supernatural. This is music, this is art for all of us to appreciate. And it's very melodic too, very catchy. I mean, one that hears it won't forget that song. It's always on your mind, and every time you listen to it, there's something new. There's something amazing. And in my opinion, what the 45 brings to the table that the 33 did not have, it has a little more texture, plays a little louder in a sense, because you hear more, you hear a little better the extensions, but not in a muddy way, in a very crisp, concise, detail presentation. Is big, is bold, is right there in your face, like the Timeout 45, for example. I think it is a great comparison. It does not have the crispness, but it has that presence, the boldness. It's big, it's beautiful. The bass, I think you hear like details in the bass that perhaps the 33 didn't have. The piano, I think that the sounds extend more. You feel like an actual piano being played right in front of you. That's the beauty of this release. The horns, they sound very precise, very crisp, no distortion. Everything is there on time. I think if you have the 33, you want to go for the 45 as a collector, perfect. You will be very, very happy with the purchase. If you don't want to have the 45, the 33, it is good enough. But again, I think the 45 is a step up. It does sound slightly better. I think the quality of the pressing is like outstanding. The packaging, again, Analog Productions puts such care, such precision, and such accuracy. It's just beautiful. I think it's a statement to the artist, to the art. I think I just want to kudos them, since few years ago when I started buying from them. I got my first Blue Note series. Their customer support, the care, the way they take care of you is just amazing, fantastic. And I think they achieve here once more. Another detail is the same serial number from the 33. They are all both UHQR 0004, except this one has a -45. Minor changes in presentation, great changes in sound. I think I just want to congratulate them. I'm very happy with my purchase. I'm very happy with the addition of this record to my collection. And again, it's a collector's thing. If you're happy with what you have, if you think it's great, do it. But if you want to take a step up, if you really want to appreciate a little extra that music has to offer, I think is a winner, beginning to end. And I can't, and I'm looking forward to what's more to come. Okay, and then we're gonna talk a little more, discuss with Chris and Mike, get the rest of the Jazz Bombs crew together, and let's go for it. Thank you so much again. It was quite fun. It was really good. And drop your questions, drop your comments. I really enjoyed doing this listening session, and I think you'll enjoy as well. Thank you.